I just wanted to show you guys something interesting that I found out, all right? So, like this happened, right? This is 14 hours ago. 18 hours ago. Somewhere completely different, like throughout the entire country, like literally. Oh, look, another 2 days ago. 2 days ago. Why is it all these states seem to be putting out almost exact timing? Almost exact timing for these threats. Yeah. Yeah, I just it seems weird. I don't know if it's a copycat thing, if it's a what do they call it, the phenomena where like a lot of people just maybe these kids were fucking joking or something about the original shooting that happened just recently. I don't know, but look at this shit. It's like a day ago, within the span of 3 days, 5 different schools, probably more. Can I view all? I wish I could view all. I hate the fact that they don't have like more results than this, but yeah. Okay, so New York, UK, BSO, wherever that is. It doesn't really say. Um, oh, Boston. Okay, that's Boston. Okay, well, all right. Is this Boston up here? BSO? I don't know. Raymondville. These are all different states, by the way. Okay. Um. So yeah, like I've said it before that, like, it seems like I don't know if it's actual copycat cases or if these are kids that were talking about the original thing and then a teacher heard it out of context or something. But it seems kind of odd that within 3 days we have literally Michigan student arrested, Oxford student arrested, uh, Long Island student arrested, all within the span of 3 days. This is why it's really hard to believe the media sometimes. I don't know if these threats even happened or if these news stories even happened. Because they're all within the span of 3 days and they're all the exact same story. It's starting to look a little bit like that one thing where everyone decided to say at once that they take news seriously. Remember that one scene from uh, the one scene where like they gave every news company throughout the entire country a script to read? Yeah, it's looking a little like that. I mean, this might be a phenomena that happens after a shooting or something, but look, Altoona, Pennsylvania, Dakota. Are you telling me every state in the U.S. is having this issue? Every single state. That doesn't make any sense to me. I wanted to show you guys that. Boulder student. I'm pretty sure Columbine is in Boulder, Colorado. So, all right. like, yeah, all right. Or was that the Ramsey case? That might have been the Benet Ramsey. Yeah. Wait, was it John Benet Ramsey? Was that Boulder, Colorado? Okay, yeah. So it might have been John Benet Ramsey. But I thought Columbine was in Boulder, Colorado too. Yeah, because they have nothing better to do in in freaking Boulder than to do bad things. All right. Oh, it's a trend
Yeah.
at this point. Like it's a trend. Wow.
Yeah.
Someone's said it's a TikTok trend on one of the websites. Huh. Oak Hammock you got one in Florida. I mean, they're just across the entire country. They're just arresting people now. Massachusetts, and then in my own town, in the little town that I live in, they're still trying to clamor for fame. I mean, I'm gonna be honest with you. The Judging from the parents out here, I don't think that any of these kids would do anything because they learn. Kids learn from the actions of parents more so than more so than the teachings, because the parents out here are extremely like neglectful. But yeah, they're also extremely inactive on any kind of threats they make out here. But yeah, in my own town. Hold on a second. In my own town, they just did this, and this is common with like every major news story in my town. Every major news story, they they try to clamor for fame, like they clout chase so hard. So I don't know, man. It's just weird to me. Like my little tiny town wants to be relevant so badly that it just clout chases with to by like try to mimic the rest of the world news. It's cute. Uh, but yeah, there. So I thought that was interesting. I thought that was a little interesting. So I don't know, man. I don't know what to believe anymore. The fact that it happened all within the span of 3 days across the entire country just kind of weirds me out, because I had only known about the Michigan issue until I actually looked up the keywords. A kid arrested for threats. And yeah, so if you guys want some transparency on that, look up the keywords "kid arrested for threats" within the span of 3 days. Like, yeah, ever since the whole Texas thing, they're gonna come for weapons in the U.S. That's just like the instant fact I'm getting here, and they're not gonna give up unless they've got the entire country, believing that guns just go around walking around shooting people. So just want you guys to know this. But definitely, I mean, like, honestly, you should teach your kids a lot more than just not to threaten. Like, you should probably teach your kids not to bully, because when this all started, we learned that from Columbine, and somehow we just buried it under the axe. All right? We buried it under, like, all the people who were, I'm going to tell you guys something relevant that I think needs to be said, and it's going to be met with a lot of criticism and a lot of bullshit, and I really don't give a fuck, but it needs to be said. After Columbine, we handled that shit all wrong. As soon as we knew that bullying was an issue, rather than silencing it by like saying, oh, well, now we have a zero tolerance policy on bullying and not enforcing it, but instead using it as a means to say we have a zero tolerance on bullying, so obviously that shit doesn't happen, rather than actually enforcing an anti-bullying law, we should have actually came harder down on the source material for these incidents. Because bullying is fucking harsh. A lot harsher than when I was younger. I mean, and when I was younger, I was getting jumped by 7 people in a gymnasium. So if I'm saying it's a lot harsher than when I was younger, then yeah, it's a lot harsher than when I was younger. All right? But I'm going to be honest, bullying is a lot worse. A whole lot worse than it was when I was younger. And we have yet to stem that problem. All right? We really do. We like to pretend we do, or we'll decide that to make the bullies into the victims, right? Well, bullies get bullied by their parents. Yeah, but then you need to, have them removed from their parents. It's that simple. Like, we didn't tackle bullying. What did we do? We addressed the aggressor, but we didn't address the underlying issue of the aggressor. Not once did we actually address the underlying issue of the aggressor. We bought metal detectors for our schools and put armed guards in them, so that in case of some kid getting bullied too much, that he should go and try to take action, we should be able to shoot that kid, rather than tackle the underlying systemic issue that we clearly found out after Columbine. I can show you guys news story after news story after Columbine, when they found out that bullying was a thing. It was an issue we were not tackling. And, you know, I wrote a whole essay on it, and I was the only kid in my lit class that actually passed using that essay. So, yeah, I'm going to be real with you guys. We need to address the underlying issue. That is an issue. It needs to cease. The toxicity of people and the way they treat each other needs to be addressed because we don't address it. And until we address that, you're going to see a lot of school shootings. You're going to see a lot. I'm not going to blame video games. I'm not going to blame fucking inanimate objects that only fire when fired. Okay? We need to address the underlying issues. People have limits. Stop fucking pushing them. Peace.